Hi Otters! Today for math we are going to extend our learning of multiplying with multi-digit numbers and start multiplying with decimals. Today specifically we're just going to be working with tenths. So here we go. I'm going to write down our first problem. I'll write down 28 and 3/10 times 6. So the first thing I want to do with this is just know that I'm going to multiply, but I'm not going to even worry about the decimal. So I'm just going to act like this is 283 times 6 and forget that the decimal is there at all. So my first step, remember, is multiplying 6 by 3, and then I'll do 6 times 8, and then I'll do 6 times 2, and I'll worry about the decimal when I'm all done. So 6 times 3 is 18. Oops. I bring the 8 down, carry the 1. Then I do 6 times 8, which is 48, plus 1 is 49. I bring down the 9, carry the 4. Then my last part is 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So I got 1,698. But I know that that is not going to be my answer because I didn't actually multiply 283. I multiplied 28 and 3/10. So really, all I have to do here is, because I'm multiplying a number here with tenths, I have one number after the decimal here, so that means I have to have the same thing be true about my answer here. So my decimal is going to go one space to the left to leave one number after the decimal, just like in this problem here. So my final answer will actually be 169 and 8/10. Alright, let's try another one. 482 and 6/10 times 5. Alright, here we go. Remember, I'm forgetting right away that there's even a decimal, and I'm just going to think about this as 4,826 times 5. That's how I'm going to solve it. So 5 times 6, then 5 times 2, then 5 times 8, then 5 times 4. So 5 times 6 is 30. I bring down the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Bring down the 3, carry the 1. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 1 is 41. Bring down the 1, carry the 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24. Alright, and remember, in this problem here now, or this number, I have one number after the decimal, so in my answer I have to have the same thing. I jump from, my decimal would be here, but because I have the decimal above, I jump here, so I place a decimal right here. So my answer actually is 2,413. And remember, when we were talking about decimals at the beginning of the year, we said that if all you have after a decimal is just a 0, you actually don't have to put this. So I could rewrite it like this. But either way, if you write it like this, or if you write it like this, it's the same thing. They're both correct. Alright, I'll do probably just a couple more, have you try one or try a couple, and then give you your apply my learning problems. So next one is 29 and 8/10 times 4. Remember to forget about the decimal to begin with. So we do 4 times 8 first, which is 32. Bring down the 2, carry the 3. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 3 is 39. Bring down the 9, carry the 3. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So I get 1,192, but because I've got this tenths here, I need to bring my decimal over 1 here, so that my answer also has one number after the decimal, just like this problem has one number after the decimal. So my answer would be 119 and 2/10. I hope this is making sense, learners. Really all we're doing is multiplying as we have been, but because one of our problems has one number after a decimal, we have to transfer that to our answer as well. All right, here's the final one I'll do before having some practice ones for you. Let's do 871 and 3/10 times 6. Here we go. Remember, at the beginning, we just forget that there's a decimal even there. So let's start multiplying. 6 times 3 is 18. Bring down the 8, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Carry the 4. Oops. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 4 is 52. So I get 52,278, but I've got one number after the decimal here, so I have to have one number after the decimal here, so my decimal would go right there, for a final answer of 5,227 and 8/10. All right, let's go on and have you try one, or try two on your own. Let's start with the first one here. So here's your first try at this. 24 and 9/10 times 3. All right, at this point, learners, pause your video, and when you think you've got the correct answer, come back and check your work with me. All right, here we go. Let's see how you did. Let's start with 3 times 9, which is 27. 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2 is 14. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And I've got the one number after the decimal here, which means I need one number after the decimal here. So your final answer should be 74 and 7/10. All right, here's one more problem for you to try. 809 and 3/10 times 4. All right, pause your video, try this problem on your own, and then come back to check your work. All right, here we go. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 1 is 37. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. And 4 times 8 is 32. We have our one number after the decimal, which means we have 2 here as well. So we get a final answer of 3,237 and 2/10. Hope you did okay on those, learners. I will show you your Apply My Learning problems now, and then when you're done with that, just take a picture and submit to Canvas. Alright, Otters, here are your 5 Apply My Learning problems for this math lesson. Go ahead and write these down in your notebook and make sure to take a picture of your answers when you're done and submit them to Canvas. The only thing I wanted to say, I've noticed in some math notebooks lately, sometimes it's hard for me to see where your answers are. So if you could try to keep all your problems organized together and separate from other problems, and then make sure to show me problem numbers and circle your answers. That would be really helpful for me. So just let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.